everyone, so welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing well. And in today's video, we will be covering our new topic, which is the if-else statement, or you can also say the selective statements, and is another one of the most important topics in Python. So I hope you will understand the concepts clearly, and in case of any doubt, you can reach out to the comments, and I'll try to figure out all the doubts and clarify them. So let's get started with our today's topic. Starting with our today's topic, which the first topic is the if statement. So if statement is one of the most easiest way for decision making in Python. So if our if statement is true, this condition is true, our next code, the code that follows the if statement will get executed. Like if you want to check whether an individual is eligible to vote, you can check it by using the if statement. If the age of the user or the voter is greater than 18 or is equals to 18, that individual is eligible to vote or is an adult. So our condition is true, so it will print adult. And if our statement is false, if the output of this statement returns you a 0 or a false, this statement will not get executed. So this is how if statement works. And if this statement is false and if we don't give any other statement, our whole code will stop the execution. But what if we give the else statement? Then second we have the if else statement, which is another conditional statement in Python. So this condition in this one, age is 15, which is not greater than 18. So it is a false. It will return you a 0. So this condition will not get executed. So our code, our interpreter will jump to the next line, that is the else statement. And here, if our if statement is false, so our else statement will always get executed. So in this case, it will print you a minor 15 if the age is 15 here, and that means it is not greater than 18, so it will print you a minor. So this is how if else also works. Then we have if elif else. This is very useful in the case when you have multiple statements, like if you have multiple situations, like in your grades, in when you get the marks here, if your marks is greater than 90, you get the A grade. If it's greater than 60 or equals to 60, you get the B grade, or less than that, it is a fail or a low. There are several statements, and in this case, you can use elif statements. So we will see all these statements one by one practically as well. We will solve some good problem questions. So let's start with our practical part. So now we will see the practical execution of if-else statement with some problem examples. First problem example we will be solving if a voter is eligible to vote or not. So first of all, we will take the user input as an integer, int input, and to make our code user friendly, we will have to give the proper statements, what input a user need to give. Enter age. And now we will check whether the age is greater than 18 or equals to 18 or not. And equals to 18. And then colon. It is a must. It is necessary after whenever you will use the if or else statement or elif statements as well. And then we will print eligible to vote. And then if the user is not greater than 18 or equals to 18, it is not eligible to vote. Now we will see the execution. If our age is 23, it is eligible to vote. But if we give the age less than 18, let it be 13, a user is not eligible to vote. See, first problem statement will be solved. Then we can also perform some arithmetic operations instead of just writing the print statement. Like if you give the input three integer numbers, then you need to check which one is the greatest among the three. You can also use the if statement plus logic statement as well. In this case we will use the logical operators, not the arithmetic. We will see the arithmetic after this one. Comment these out. Now we will see which number is greater than which is the greatest number. Again, int input enter value. It will take integer as an input only. Then we will take another variable and we will take the same input again, value. Similarly, now we have three integers and we need to check which one is the greatest among three. So first statement will be, if we will check for a, if a is greater than a, if a is greater than b and c. So we will check a is greater than b and a is greater than c. Then we will print a. Since a is an integer, you can directly just write a instead of writing the double quotes or single quotes. That will make a string. So keep that in mind. Then a is greatest. And then we will check for b statement. Elif b is greater than a and b is greater than c. Print b is greatest. And lastly, it is for c statement, and we don't need to check it for c statement, because if both a and b is not greater than, like if both the conditions are not getting true, the c will be the only condition that will get true. So we will print c is greatest. And now we will execute this code. Our first value will be 12, then 23 and 11. And see, 23 is the greatest. See b, the b input, that is the greatest one. So this statement got executed. If we will check for let it be the a, the greatest one, 45, 32, and see, our if statement got executed. This one, a is greatest. For c as well, we will see 67, 9, 78. See, here the else statement got executed. Why? Because both these statements were false. And then we will see another example. Now this time we will see using the arithmetic operators. We will calculate the absolute difference between two numbers. And how you calculate the absolute difference? That means absolute difference means that if we have two integers like a and b, if a is greater, then the difference will be a minus b. But if b is greater, then the difference will be b minus a. So this is the absolute difference. We will write the code for this as well. I'll uncomment these two out, because we need two integer inputs. And then we will check if a is greater than b. So our final output, it will be result equals to a minus b, and we will print it in our output. And then if a is not greater than b, then that means b will be greater than a. So again we will write b minus a, that will be our output, and we'll print result. And we'll execute this code. That will be 23 and 10. 13 is our output. But what if there is that b is greater than a? We will check for that as well. Let it be 5, and then 17, and then we have 12 as an output, not just 12. If you will not use this if else statement, your final output will be a negative integer. It depends directly on your the output line, the result you are printing. Since we are using if else statement, there it is checking which integer or which value is greater. But if you don't use if statement and if you directly write a minus b, so since in our first case a was greater, so directly just printed 13. And but what if that b is greater and you directly write just a minus b or the smaller value first, so it will give you a negative value. We will see that again, and we will directly just write result equals to a minus b, and we'll print result, and then we will again see a is smaller and b is greater, and our final output is minus 5, which is not the absolute difference. Why? Because we already have a negative sign at the start of the integer. So this is the difference between normal subtraction and the absolute subtraction, or the absolute difference is that. Okay, I hope this much is clear. Now I hope if else statement will be clear to you, and now we will be moving to our next topic, which are the iterative statements, which are of two types. First of all is the for loop, or second one is the while loop. First we will be seeing the for loop. In for loop, you can print the number of outputs you want in the sequence, like I told you the iterations. You can assess each and every element of the sequence by their index values. But if we want to assess all the values individually, like in this example we have three elements, so we want to print one apple, then banana, then mango. You will have to write the index one by one, and you don't know how much big that sequence is, what's the last value. So in that case, these for or iterative statements are very helpful. Like in this statement, this fruit, it is traversing in this sequence. For the first value, the fruit is having the first value as apple. For fruit in this sequence, so first is apple, so fruit now is equals to apple. So if we print the fruit, apple will get printed. Then again it will move further for fruit in again this sequence, then fruit will be having second value, which is banana, and if you print this, banana will get printed, and finally the mango. And then it will again move back to the sequence, and it will check there is no further element present, that is the end of this sequence. It will stop the further execution. So this is how the iteration statement works. This was in the sequence. You can also perform the iteration statements in the if when you give the range till from where to where you want to print the output. Like in this example, our variable total is having the initial value 0. Then we will start the for loop, and our I, it will change the value one by one, because in this range function you need to give the 3 arguments or 3 parameters it takes, and if you don't give all the 3, it will itself will assume the other 2. Like here, this one is the start value. The loop will start from 1, then it will go till 5. That means the for loop or any loop, they stop execution just before one value. That means if it's going till 5, the loop will work till 4, and then we don't have any other argument, which is the step. So the default step here, it will be 1. So now our i's first value is 1 and total is 0. This statement will take you to the value total equals to total plus 1 plus I am sorry. So here total is 0. 0 plus 1 is what? It is 1. Then we have total equals to 1, and then we have I again, it is 2, and total's value was 1. So 1 plus 2 is 3, and similarly it will go till 4, and it will print the total sum of the values. So it will print the total sum, that is 10. We will see this practically in our VS Code using the for loop. We will take it, you can print the table like multiplication table using the for loop. We will see that we will take the integer x for which table you want, like if you want to print a table of 7, 9, 10, whichever table you want to print. We will take the user input, enter value, and we will run the for loop for I in range. Now this range function, it helps you start or gives you till which range you want to print your output. We will start it from 1 and till 10 we want to print, so we will give the stop value as 1 plus then 10, that is 11, and then step will be 1 again, and here semicolon, the colon, and then here we have to give another integer input, a is equals to 1, and then in this one tab we will multiply x by I, and here the value of I is changing again and again. So every time I will be multiplying, like the first value of I will be 1, so like let it be x will be 2, so 2 into 1, then it will print the a, then again we will be having 2 as an input, 2 as a range value of I, so then 2 into 2, similarly 2 into 3, 2 into 4, like this, and our table will be printing. C, print a multiply, x multiply I equals to a, and now we will print this, comment it out, we will execute our code, and let the integer be 4, and now we have the table of 4 into 1, 4 into 2, 4 into 3, like this till 4 into 10. And if you don't specify the step, it will by default will consider it as 1. Again 6 and see, here it is executing till 10. So I hope for statement is clear to you. Now we will move to our another statement, which is the another loop, which is the while loop. And when we have the for loop, why do we have to use the while loop? So there is a clear difference. Using while loop will execute only when you are given condition. Here in while loop we have to specify our condition, and till the condition is true, only then the while loop will execute. But if we have specific number of iteration, we want we specifically want till what range we want to print our output, for that you can use the for loop. But if you don't have the specific range, you are just using the condition. Till your condition is true, your loop should be printing, your loop should be executing. So in that case you can use the while loop. And now in our example, see, count is having one value, and then we have the loop till the count's value is less than 3, the code your code will be executing. So first is 1, your 1 is printed, then count's value is 2, because here count got 1 plus 1, so its value is now 2. And keep this in mind, you always have to increment or change the value of this variable, or else your while statement will be executing forever, or it will not execute maybe in sometimes. If your statement will be executing forever because you didn't change your counts value, and if it is not matching your condition at the first execution only, your code will not execute it any further. So now counts value is 2, so it is less than 3, it will print again 2. Then 2 plus 1, it is 3. C count is equals to 3, and again your 3 will be printed. So this will be your output. So here in this case you didn't know till what range you want to print, and you just had the condition you have to print till this one, 3. You can also use the for loop in this case, but yeah, in some cases we don't have the specific condition, specific range, so we need to use the while loop. So we will see again using the while loop. You can also check the odd and integer, odd and even integer, and you can print that as well. We will see that as well. We will take the user input again, x int input, enter value. We will print only the integers which are the odd integers. So this is our code to print the odd number starting from the value we have given. Let it be 12, and then it will, and see, on executing our code, let the number be 78, and the odd values starting from 78, 79, 81 till 100, before 100, these all are printed using a while loop. You can also run the infinite loop using the while loop. If your given statement is always true, it will not stop the execution, so that loop will be your infinite loop. I'll give the example as well, but you don't perform these kind of operations. Sometimes it also damages your system. Why? Because it will not ever stop execution. I will not show you this on the VS Code. You can perform this operation on your Python IDE. Here in the saved files, in the recent files, I will perform. Let our input be a equals to hello. No, let it equals to 6, and while a is equal to 6, print a, and we'll execute this. Okay, I'm sorry, this is a mistake. By mistake I pressed that. And see, our A is printing infinite times. Why? Because we didn't specify any stopping condition or any the condition where that loop should be stopping. So we should not perform that kind of operations. But yeah, just to give you an example, I did. So this is how your infinite loop works. See, it's still working, it's not stopping. So this is why you always need to specify a stopping value or the incrementing value. So I hope this is clear. Okay, you can perform this operation on your IDE. I never tried it on VS Code, so I will not guarantee you to use it on VS Code. And now we have our 3 statements left, which are the break, continue, and pass. So these 3 statements are also known as jump statements. Why? Because these statements helps you skip a particular iteration whenever you want to skip. See, in the break statement, in the loop, it will execute you will perform your iteration statements like for or while. And if you don't want to execute the code any further, like you got your output, you don't want any further printing of the code, you can just directly use the break statement. And then we have the continue statement. In this, in a particular iteration, you don't want to print a particular, you don't want a particular iteration to get printed, you can use the continue statement. Like in here, your loop is running from I equals to 1 till I equals to till 5. So if you use the continue statement here, your 1 will not get printed. That means it will skip your the execution of 1. Since you didn't specify any starting value, so the for or the range function, it will by default will take 0 as the first starting point, and again the step will be 1, and your and the end point it will be 4, since 5 will get excluded from our execution range. In this case, your if statement, if i's value will be equals to 3, it will not get further executed. Your break statement will be executing first. So in this case, it will execute till 2, 0, 1 and 2, and after that it will come outside from the if statement. Then it will go to the second if statement, where I is equals to 1. So it will start from 0 until 4 it will run, and whenever i's value will be 1, it will stop the execution. That means it will give you 0, then 2, then 3, and then 4, but it will stop the execution for 1. It will not come outside the loop, but it will not give any output on 1. Then we have if equals to 4. Then if you write the pass statement, it is nothing but just a placeholder. It will not perform any sort of operation on your output. It will directly just give you like 1, 2, 3 and 4. It will not do anything. It do nothing. It's just a placeholder. So that was it. I hope this is clear. Now we will see some practical execution of these two statements, because pass statement don't have any use. Moving to our moving towards our practical execution part, we will cover our last topic, which are the nested loops, and then we will see the practice question of each and every topic we covered in this video. So how these nested loops works, like nested loop means the loop inside another loop. Like in this case, we have for loop for I, then we have it for j. So how this loop executes? In this case, the inner loop, this one, it will first of all this loop will start the execution. When we perform first iteration for this loop, this one loop will execute fully execution will take place for the inner loop. Then when the fully execution will this loop will complete its execution, then again the outer loop will be working, and then it will go to the inner loop, and then again for this outer loop, this inner loop will perform the complete execution. And that's how the nested loops work. These loops are very useful when you want to perform, or when you want to print the output as some kind of shapes, like a square or a triangle, right angle triangle, equilateral triangle, or whatever you want. For those kind of figures, if you want to print, nested loops are helpful. Only with the help of nested loops you can only print those kind of the shapes. We will also see the execution. So that much for the theory concept. Tomorrow we will be starting with a new topic, which is the functions. So now we will see the practical implementations of some codes. So first we will see the working of break statement. Let it be there any sequence, like a list 1, and if we want to search a particular element in our list, we can also use the break statements. Like this is our list, and you will give the input whichever value you want to search, enter value, and now we will use the for loop for x for I in list 1, and we will check whether x is equals to I, and we will print here if x is equals to I, then we will print I present in the list, and then we will break our statement. But if x is not present in I, if x is not equals to I, we will print x not present in the list. Here also it's not I, it's x. And now we will print this code, execute this code, and let the value we want to search as 56. So wait. It is running till the complete execution of the loop. Wait, we will see the error in our code. Now our code is correct, and we will see whether 11 is present in our code, in our list. I'm sorry. See, here 11 is present, so it didn't check any further. It just stopped the execution here only. If you want to directly just see the working, like if the code is working or not, you can just check it for the simple sequence as well, like for I in range starting from 1 till 5, and if I is equals to 3, we will break and print I. The value will be I till 2 here, because we started from 1 and then at 3 we break the complete loop. That means it came out from our for loop as well. So it will not perform any further execution. It will perform till 2. Since it will stop the execution before 3, it will not print the 3. We can directly, the same way we can also use the continue statement. In this case, your loop will be executed till 4, but whenever the value of I will be 3, it will skip that iteration. You can see here, see 1, 2 and 4 is printed, but here 3 is skipped. So in some cases, when you want to skip some iterations in your code, you can use this statement. You can also perform this statement if you want to print only the even numbers from your iteration, like if the modulo is 2, it's to 0, and we will increase the range till 15. Now if you print this code, your only your only odd numbers are printed. Why? Because it skipped the even numbers. If you want to print the even numbers, you will write not equals to 0. That means it will skip the odd numbers now. And see, it printed from 2 to 14. Again 15 is eliminated or is not included in our code because it's the upper limit. So this is how the continue statement works. These are the situations where you can perform the continue statements operation. So I hope this is clear. Then we had our nested loop. We will see the working of that as well. See, if you want to print like a square, you can use the nested loop. We will see that. If x is equals to any integer, use a defined integer, enter value. Now we will see for using I in range 1 x 1. In same way we will print for the j loop for the j as well. We will print star print. We will execute this code. 5. Okay. And see, here our square is printed. You can also print any number like 1. Here only 1 will be printed. See, this is our square. Here the lines are till 1, like 6 lines are here and 6 are here. So this is our square using the nested for loop. And similarly you can also print the triangle using the nested for loop. Wait, there is an error in our code. We will see. And here our triangle is executed. Triangle, we got our triangle. Like in this case our syntax was wrong. In the for loop for the j, in the case of j, we will have to give the range as I, so it will perform the execution only for the I. So I hope this is clear. You can also get the triangle in the number form as well, like 6, and see 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and like this the triangle is printed. So this much is for the nested for loop. You can also perform the arithmetic operations, like if you want to print the sum of first 10 natural numbers, you can use the arithmetic operator plus the iterative statements for the execution. We will see that. Let the sum be 0. Whenever you want to print the total, or you will use the variable, any variable like sum equals to 0. But in case you want to print the multiplication, you will take the variable always equals to 1. Now for I in range 1 to 11, sum plus equals to I, and we will print sum. The sum of our first and natural number is 55. It is 55. And same way you can also perform the other operations, like if you want to check whether a number is a palindrome number or not. What is a palindrome number at first place? A number, if you read it from the left side, it will give you the same, it will mean the same thing, and if you will read it from the back side, it will again read the same thing. Like 121, if you read from the starting, it's 1 to 1, and if you read from the last, it is again 1 to 1. So it is a palindrome number. You can check the same by using the for or while loop plus the arithmetic operators. We will see the code for that as well. We will take the user input and num equals to int input and value, and we will take another variable rev equals to 0, in which we will be adding our new value. So for that we will take it 0. Then for while num is not equals to 0. Then we have a reminder. We will perform the modulo operation on this and in reverse. N plus rem, and we will see if rep is equals to num, print palindrome number, else print not a palindrome number, and see how this code is working. So first of all, we gave any number to the Python interpreter, and then we gave a reverse number, that is 0 at the start, and our while loop will be working till our num's value is not equals to 0. So first here we have rem, that means the reminder. The reminder we will get from dividing by 10. So whatever will be the reminder, that is like if our number is 121, so our reminder will be what? 1. And then we will perform this rev operation. Now our rev's value is equals to rev into 10, that means 0 into 10 is 0 again, and then plus the reminder, that is 1. So our rev's value is now 1, and our num's value, which was 121, and we divided by 10, so 121 divided by 10 is 12. So our num's value is now 12, and then again it will go jump to this statement, and our num is not equals to 0. So again it will start the further execution. Our num is 12. So now 12 divided by 10, we will get the remainder as 2. So here we got the remainder 2, and again now rev's value was what? 1. So 1 into 10 is 10 again, and we will now perform this addition, that 10 plus rem, that was 2. So our rev's value is now 10 plus 2, which is 12. So this 12, rev's value is now 12, and our num's value was what? 12 from before, and now we will divide it by 10. So we will get what? We will get 1. And now again 1 is not equals to 0. So we will again perform this operation, that means 1 percentage 10, that means after dividing 1 by 10 you will get the remainder again, which is 1, and then now we have rev's value as 12 already. So 12 into 10 is 120, and then 120 plus the remainder, that means 1. So now we have 120 plus 1, that is 121, and here the num's value is was 1, and now we will divide that divide it by 10, so we will get the output 0, and now here our num's value is now 0. So it will not perform any further execution, and it will execute from this while loop or come outside from this while loop, and this it will check these two conditions, and since in this case this condition is true, so it will give you a palindrome number. Wait, there will be some sort of error in our code maybe. Wait, so there was a small error in our code, which was I here wrote the checking, it was with the original num, and in this case our num's value was 0, since we performed these arithmetic operations on that. So I first took the num's value into another variable, and now we compared it with that variable. So now here in our 121, it is a palindrome number C, and if you want to check for any number which is not a palindrome, like 231, see, this is not a palindrome number. So our logic was true, just there was a syntax error my bad, I'm sorry. Now you can also perform the same operation like this by converting it to a string. Instead of doing all these logical function, all this logical thinking, you can directly just take another integer strl and convert the num's value to a string. And now you can perform the reverse slicing, like the reverse indexing we did. Let it be another string strl, and now -1 if strl equals to strl2 print what? Palindrome, else print not a palindrome. So now our integer input which we took here, it is we have given it to this variable and we have converted it to a string, and now we are performing the slicing operation on string. In this strl2 we will compare the value of strl and strl2, which is now containing the original value of num just in a form of a string. And now we will see the reverse, like I told you, by writing the -1 it will give you the reverse of a string, and if these both will be correct, both will be equal, it will be a palindrome number, else it won't be a palindrome number or a palindrome. Like again 121 is palindrome, and then 980 not a palindrome. See, in this case it is not only limited to the integer values or any numeric values. You can also perform the palindrome operation on any string, like madam. Here in if you want to perform on strings, you will have to take the integer input as a string, not as an integer. And now we will again execute madam and see. Oh, this is an error. This is not a palindrome because m is capital and here m is small, so we will write the small m. And now see, here this word madam, it is a palindrome. Why? Because reading from back side and from the front side it's all the same, but again Python is a case sensitive language. It will not consider this capital M and a small m as the same, so it gave me not a palindrome, but again here it is a palindrome. You can you can check the this number like this also, or you can like for the string you can only use this method. But if you are using it for an integer value, and if you want to print perform any further operations on the integer value only, you can later convert that integer, that string, like num2 and again int strl. Now that string we converted the num to the string, it is now again converted to an integer. If you want to perform any other further calculation, like arithmetic calculations, you can do it on the string again. So that much for our today's video. I hope you enjoyed whatever we discussed in this class, and in the next class we will be starting with our new concept, that was the functions, and we will see some inbuilt functions as well, like some we studied, like the min, max, sorted, or the zip function in dictionaries. We will see if some remaining functions as well. So that much for the today's video, and do keep practicing these concepts, which these are very important, and perform some advanced questions related to these. So I hope this much is clear. See you in the next video.